Good day, I am Janvanice Laurelas from UMSA together with
Bianca Amir Garcia.
Jamal Matanog.
Ija Antoinette Navarro.
Today, we will address our title, which will center on how senior high school students perceive beauty in terms of unattainable beauty standards displayed on social media, particularly Instagram. You may be wondering why we chose this specific issue, and the primary reason is that since we live in contemporary times, social media platforms like Instagram have become a powerful platform that has shaped perceptions of beauty, especially among young people. The prevalence of heavily filtered visual content turns out to be something deceptive that has negative consequences for young people. Moreover, Instagram has grown in popularity over the years, with over 2 billion users using it to connect with loved ones. However, its popularity has become a problem, and its impact on how people, particularly youth and adolescents, view themselves has long-term consequences. To delve further into the complexities of beauty perception depicted on Instagram, I'd like to invite Ms. Laureles to elaborate more on our research.
our title is The Influence of Instagram Beauty Standards on Perceptions of Beauty Among Senior High School Students at St. Francis of Assisi College, Bacoor campus. There is no denying that social media has changed the way people engage with one another. Instagram is one of these well known social media networks, and it is the world's fourth most popular social media platform, with over 2 billion active users globally. Similar to Facebook, the site focuses on offering visually appealing content, generally image or short clips to its users. This design made Instagram easier to use, which increased engagement. This engagement provided the mechanism for Instagram users to validate the quality of their submitted content. Exposure to these unattainable ideals can lead to feelings of body dissatisfaction, low self esteem, unhealthy eating habits, and even social anxiety. However, there is a growing movement on Instagram promoting body positivity and acceptance, encouraging individuals to embrace their unique beauty regardless of societal norms. Additionally, the platform can serve as a valuable resource for education and awareness about eating disorders and body image. To combat the negative impacts of unrealistic beauty standards, it is crucial to raise awareness, promote body positivity, support healthy eating habits, and encourage critical thinking among young users. By fostering a more inclusive and accepting environment, we can empower adolescents to develop a positive self image and celebrate their individuality. Teenagers are the most receptive to these beauty standards, since they are easily influenced and follow crisis more closely than any other age group. Instagram is the one of the most popular and powerful sites where this practice is prevalent. For our research questions and objectives, we'll have Ms. Navarro.
Let us now discuss the research questions and their objectives. These are critical components in the planning and implementation of a research endeavor. They aid in focusing the study and defining clear project goals. Research questions are specific questions that the investigator seeks to answer during the investigation. They focus their research and steer its course. Research objectives are the investigator's explicit, measurable, and achievable goals for the project. They provide a framework for carrying out investigations and are frequently developed from research topics. Number 1. These questions prompt students to reflect on their understanding of beauty standards depicted on Instagram, as well as how these standards compare to their own personal beauty standards. Number 2. Students are asked to respond to this topic by sharing their personal narratives and experiences with how Instagram beauty standards have influenced their sense of self. Students may share experiences of feeling inferior or self-conscious about their appearance after comparing themselves to the filtered and altered photographs of influencers and celebrities on Instagram. Number 3. Meaning the researchers will conduct an investigation to learn about the coping mechanisms and methods that students have created to deal with the negative impacts of Instagram beauty standards. Number 4, students are urged to evaluate the underlying factors that make them more vulnerable to the effects of Instagram beauty standards. Number 5, students are asked to provide feedback and suggestions on how to promote healthier, more positive attitudes toward beauty among teenagers and the age of Instagram. Research objectives. This objective seeks to understand how senior high school students perceive beauty in the age of Instagram. This includes exploring what beauty standards are depicted on Instagram, how the students compare these beauty standards to their own personal beauty standards, and what factors influence those students' perceptions of beauty, including Instagram and other sources. Number 2, this objective aims to gain a deeper understanding of how Instagram beauty standards have impacted individual students. This includes collecting personal stories and experiences about how exposure to Instagram beauty standards has affected the student's self-perception, body image, and overall mental well-being. Number 3, this objective aims to identify the coping mechanisms and strategies that students have developed to manage the negative impacts of Instagram beauty standards. This includes understanding how students navigate the social media platform, how they filter the information they consume, and how they build and maintain a positive self-image in the face of unrealistic beauty standards. Number 4, this objective seeks to understand the underlying factors that make senior high school students particularly susceptible to the influence of Instagram beauty standards. Number 5, this objective aims to gather insights and recommendations from students on how to promote healthier and more positive beauty perceptions in the age of Instagram.
This study employs a qualitative methodology grounded in phenomenology to explore senior high school students' perceptions of Instagram beauty standards. The research will be conducted at St. Francis of Assisi College, Bacoor campus, and non-probability sampling, specifically propulsive sampling, will be used to select participants. This approach will allow for the collection of an in-depth data on participants' experiences and perspectives, providing valuable insights into the impact of Instagram beauty standards on adolescents. The researchers seek to provide a comprehensive grasp of students' perceptions of beauty standards on Instagram, as well as an explanation as to their mental consequences the students and teenagers may or may not have encountered. Furthermore, the qualitative methodology was employed by the researchers to acquire a better understanding of people's thoughts, feelings, and experiences in order to comprehend the students' ideas and perspectives. Furthermore, the researchers used phenomenology to describe and explain how students experience an idealized beauty shown on Instagram. To emphasize the methodologies used, we use interviews as a method of data collection to get in-depth information. We also use non-probability sampling to better understand the study. To discover and select participants, purposeful sampling was performed. Participants for these techniques are chosen based on their grade level, which is grades 11 and 12. Thematic analysis was performed in the study to extract and summarize prominent themes from a sample of 20 senior high school students. Coding was deemed necessary. However, due to time constraints and the dispersed nature of the interviews, the study may face limitations in the number of participants and the scope of insights gathered. Additionally, focusing solely on senior high school students from St. Francis of Assisi College and utilizing open-ended questions may restrict the generalizability of findings and potentially discourage respondents from providing fully honest responses.
Now, let us discuss the data analysis of the study. According to Theron, in vivo coding is a technique for structuring the data so that the researchers will able to comprehend the underlying message the data portrays. This is the method that the researchers will use in order to gain an in-depth understanding of the direct stories, concepts, and meanings that are expressed by participants. Moreover, the benefits of using this method is that it makes it easier to interpret participants' input. Overall, creating vivo codes aids in keeping the analysis close to the data. The words teenagers use may have significant value in that context, and researchers may benefit from coding the data with those terms. In vivo coding, codes are derived from the data itself, compared to alternative techniques in which codes are researchers derived. In vivo coding uses language and terminologies used by the participants. This enables to codes reflects participants' thoughts and activities. In vivo coding allows researchers to gain a comprehensive knowledge about percentiles, ideas, and meaning expressed by the research participants. To enhance the accuracy of our analysis, the researchers transcribe audio to minimize misinterpretation. Peer briefing input also boosts study credibility and also reveals problems that the researchers may have overlooked. To assure accuracy, the researchers will also employ ground theory, which allows them to decipher the meaning of people's interaction, social acts, and experience. In other words, these explanations are founded on interpretation and explanations of the participants. Now, let's move on to the participants of the study. This study delves into perception and experience of senior high students regarding the beauty standard depicted on Instagram and how they influence their self-image. To gain a comprehensive understanding of this phenomenon, we gathered 20 participants from St. Francis of Assisi College, Bacoor campus. Our participants comprise of both male and female students from grade 11 and 12, ranging in age from 15 to 19 years old. We focus on grade 11 and grade 12 as this is the age range when Instagram usage is most prevalent and when adolescents are particularly susceptible to the influence of social media. We included both male and female participants to capture the diverse experience of both gender in relation to beauty standard in Instagram use. Specifically, choose participants who actively use Instagram as this ensured that they were regularly exposed to the beauty standard prevalent on the platform. By including a diverse range of participants from grade 11 to grade 12, we aim to gain a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of how Instagram beauty standard affects senior high students. Their perspective and experience will provide valuable insight into the complexity of this issue and important potential intervention to promote positive body image and self-esteem among adolescents.
The physical attractiveness of the human body has always been emphasized. However, if we are continually exposed to the ideal type on social media, we risk negatively comparing our own bodies to unreachable expectation. We are group 4, and that will be for our title defense.